Alright, let's hit the on button here, make sure everything fires properly. I think it's only Charlotte for the multi. I'm just seeing if anyone else submitted anything. We'll get that sorted. Now it's just a matter of, can I spell Friday right? Apparently I cannot. Let me throw the PvP and match commentary tags on, and we'll get started with everything for today. Excellent. Alright. Looks like they're still setting up otherwise, which blows my mind, because there's only, what, 48 of them on, and we're still waiting for them to organize proper here, so this is only going to be like 24v24, which is like 2 squads worth. I think this is the lowest I've ever seen FNF, but well, show must go on. Besides, I think it'll be a good contrast to yesterday's OFCRA mission that had, what, 120 people on, but it was like a freaking 15 to 20 player number advantage on Blue 4, and then of course Blue 4 steamrolls, and I think the most exciting part of that match was the AA gun trying to hit the the helicopters, and then missing, and then just hitting a bunch of people on the ridge. That was something, alright. Otherwise, just making sure everything is set here, and then we're good. While we wait for this to boot, I'm going to make a few little lesser changes as well. Alright. I need to switch up the menu command. Got a few things going in the background here. Right, let me get the, yes. Oh yeah, I still need to make the new Plinko menu, but that's okay. Alright. I haven't heard a beep beep yet. Alright. Oh, we're almost there. Should almost all be set, and then I will just keep things going. Yeah. We're just waiting for the first round to begin. I'll be trying to commentate as many rounds as I can, at least for the next 3 hours, and we're going to be going right into Daisy for a few hours here. And now we wait. But we'll probably be able to cover at least 2 rounds going in. I'm just waiting for these guys to get everything pushed through. They just jumped up to 55, so it's going to be about a 26 or 27 split. Still roughly about 2 squads and a command team, knowing FNF's numbers, but they might also put some units out in teams instead of full-on squads, which is only groups of like 6 to 8, if I recall correctly. That way we can see some groups, if they need to take groups like Delta, or if there's any AT requirements, then we'll see them touch AT. But with these numbers, you're going to see if they go the whole, you know, Echo Mat team and support assets, that's going to be, God, up to like a fourth to third of their player base just for those supporting elements, which, depending on the situation, might not be warranted, but, you know, they'll be forced to take it because the other team's going to take it, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how all that goes. Nonetheless, I'm excited for tonight because after FNF, we do have Ghost Wolf's Namalsk server back up. It was originally meant to be a Takistan server. However, the new update with the, Frostline, I believe the name was, of that CD. I think it was a DLC, actually, if we're going to be on technical terms there, but it is not compatible with the new way they're handling body temperature that updated with the DayZ platform for the game. So if you go in there, you just immediately overheat and start dying. And there's not a fix yet, so he just moved it to Namalsk and told me everything's good to go. So I think another interesting thing is I know you guys have been asking for channel point redemptions for a while, and I've told you no. Well, I caved, and there's going to be a few channel point redemptions on for DayZ tonight. So don't make me regret it, or do. I'm not your dad, or your mom, or whatever. All right, we're on Fapovo, the southern side, by the airfield here, staging all the way up in Bohemia Interesting. So op, we're going to be coming down. There's some massive hills to work with on this northern side. I'm going to be honest. I think this op would have benefited from maybe an attack boat or something. Like, that's the only asset I can think of. Because it's rare to find good Friday Night Fights missions with some good waterway use. And I feel like an attack boat with a 50 cal would have been really nice along this border and whatnot, attacking the sides and supporting a op 4 advance. So you could have, you know, stuff on the ridge, and then attack boat helping out, poking out, shooting things, and then, you know, helping that infantry push. But, you know, I get it. Infantry only, also not a bad call. Otherwise, there's a hydrate. Oh yeah, speaking of, let me go ahead and put those bets up. And yeah, you can't... That honestly sucks that Twitch doesn't let channel things happen because of certain countries. That's just very unfortunate. I love how my last FNF match had 4 different VODs for either everyone dying or the server just eliminating everything. Good God. I'll go ahead and put it up for 20 minutes because it looks like there's going to be a bit of stalling here. Yeah, but if you watch through a VPN, that really throttles your network traffic. So if I'm streaming at, you know, 6 megabytes a second, I mean, VPNs usually throttle it down to, like, below 5. Especially if you're using a more complex what's the damn word for it? Oh my God, I'm blanking on my terminology. Encoding method or something, but, you know, it's the difference from, like, you know, IPsec, L2TP, OpenVPN. God, I'm blanking on that damn term. I know it. I worked for a VPN company for a year, so I was like, wah, but, you know, it's escaping me because I can be a bit scatterbrained. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get with mission details here, and then I will address you guys in chat. Otherwise, our operation today, Blue 4 is going to be defending 2 sectors and a terminal site. Op 4 going to be attacking them. They still say defend. That glitch still exists. Ugh. Briefing for this mission, it's a kilometer and 200 meters of render distance, 100 fortified points for the defenders. Fortified color is going to be green because it's more of a grassy area. And then we have our standard 65-minute match, 15 minutes of safe start, 50 minutes of fighting. No performance tweaks on the parameters. Awesome. Op 4 are going to be Chechen forces here with AK-74s, SVDs for the marksman rifle, an RPK with some MPZ railing, RPG-7s for the light anti-tank, and then PKPs for their medium machine gunners. And they have 2 pickup trucks for their vehicles. Otherwise, Blue 4 are going to be Grozovian forces. All right, so they've got, gosh, NPZ railing on what I believe is either AK-74s. That could also be an AKM, but based off, it's impossible to tell because both have, you know, the orange plastic style magazine. So it can be either. I'm going to go with AK-74s, though, because that's usually the norm, especially if we see NPZ railing for. We got GP-25s, SVDs. This could just be a mirror match, except their AT is going to be AT4 single-shot disposables rather than the RPG-7 that would normally come with 2 warheads. They also don't have medium machine gunners, interesting enough. So Op4 is what? The Nope, they're the attackers, so they get the medium machine guns. Interesting. Otherwise, Batty going to be commanding it for Blue 4. Fawn's leading Alpha with Goose, Pupper, Wikicore, Snodge, Paramore, Churro, Murphy, and Fancy. Oh, God. I also have another announcement to give you guys. A few things, actually. Some really, really sad news for FNF. Skip Gates and France being together in Alpha 2. Bravo being led by Kiri with Alexander as the marksman. Peasant, Chris Spear, Charlotte, and Korvac under Bravo 1. Bravo 2 has Whiteside, Watts, Watson, McBain. Charlie has Schneider. Yeah, it is Schneider. Vagrant, Patriot, and Kabubi Face. Otherwise, Op 4 being led by Nemesis with Cats. Excuse me. Yanni Finn leading Alpha with Cats, Flying, Finn, Cullis, Wise, Iander, Dobbs, Spiegel, and Purton. Tackleberry with Chris, Ash, and Nekomata under Bravo. Bravo 1 is Xog, Foster, Eric, Kiru, and Swola. NASA leading Charlie with Cheeseburger and Zixme. Charlie 1 has Depso, Bluck, Lolo, and Kremet. Delta being led by Mike, and they've got a 2-man machine gun group with Tomer and Yano, and then Waldo being an assistant there. Doritos of Power, thanks for the gift subs. They go in. Oh, God, it went to What's That? Oh, and then Goof.
Send in Goat Team
Nonetheless,
6 now.
Love you, baby. Yeah, I like speaking fast on that stuff. Anyway, Bloodwind's right here. But
2 bits. We got 2 bits. Okay, we're going 3 bits. Anybody got 3 bits? 3 bits. 3 bits. 4 bits. 4 bits going once. 4 bits going twice. Sold.
For 4 bits.
To the
Four
weave in the
shekels.
closet. All right.
Love you, honey.
Up
We're both in a good mood today. But otherwise, I mean, she just shaked her butt at me. But objectives should be good here. Looks like one objective starts on the outside, so a sector, which is just kind of covering this little church area here. You can enter the bell tower of this location, and then we also have the sector objective back here. Notice how they can only enter this sector objective. They also have a terminal back here, but the start zone only affects those areas. So Blue 4 might send some forces out to go and hold that area, but then quickly pull back. The terminal site appears to be back here on an open rooftop, so that makes it a little harder to cover that. But Op 4, I can guarantee you they're going to basically come up, take this ridge Overwatch, trickle forces down. Hopefully they won't run into the Overwatch fallacy where they leave too many people on Overwatch and not enough people assaulting. If I were to guess, if Nemesis is keeping a type ship with, only these guys, he would then stage his overwatching force here, push through the town, and then probably take this hill, and then bump from that hill over, bringing his overwatch element up as his assault force basically took group after group. I seriously think a boat would have been nice in this scenario, but that's just me. All right, let me go ahead and address chat, and then I will go over a few announcements. Otherwise, found the file for the World War I. If you are still... Yeah, Zombie, shoot it to me. I want to see... Because I would love to host that op. I made this massive amount of trench networks around Serrani, and it was going to lead to a second mission. So if I can still host it, great. That would be awesome. Shark, yes, Daisy will be after this. We're going to be on Ghost Wolf's new Namalsk server until, I guess, Takistan fixes itself. I think it's that you need to tax the profit of the channel that forces it to 0 points. I'm going to be honest, Hamona, I don't know. Channel points aren't worth anything, though, so they can't be taxed. Not gonna lie, though, if I could make money turning this into, like, a bettable platform, I totally fucking would. Oh my god. I would be on Kick, because Kick makes its money on an online casino. I'd love to do that. That would be a great source of passive income that I can teach my kids. Yes, gambling is good, especially if you become the house, because the house always wins. Unless you play poker, in which case you'll have your good days and bad days. But that's another story entirely. Goes to what? Wait, what's that to help punish the player base again? Where's the beret? Oh, God. What's that? I mean, these days he's just kind of a background admin for me. But if we ever have another op... Wait, what the fuck? Huh. Someone left their dog here. What the dog doing? It's the way how the law's written. Fair. I don't know the law for country to country based off of that, but I guess, anything that simulates gambling is also bad. So I would think all the, like, free online poker or all those other places are probably also outlawed, but that's a shame. Another hydrate. All right. 2 announcements. First announcement, a bit of a very unfortunate day for FNF. I have been made aware that my favorite person in FNF to watch in terms of content for the channel is no longer playing FNF. Unfortunately, Pierce has gotten a life and is now too busy to play Friday night fights. So we will probably never see Pierce again. That's what I've been told. I DM'd him to ask. He hasn't replied. But we will probably never see Pierce charge an open field ever again. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm actually kind of hurt. He was one of the main reasons I would cover this event. And now, he's gone. Maybe we'll see him again one day, but it's not going to be here, and I'm so sad. I'd say some jokey thing like, Alexa, play Despacito, but there's actually one above me, and she will start playing it, and it is copyrighted, and also pisses Bloodwing off when I do that, so we'll probably not see any more Thunder runs across an open field. Truly, it's a shame. On a lighter note, I just finished today chopping up that, not Friday, the Reforger footage from the official Bohemia Reforger op from a few weeks ago. That's going to go up on the main channel tomorrow, and I've also reached out to Pro Gamer Dude. I think we're going to start playing Reforger together on Tuesdays, because that is my off day, and I can do what I want. And I just watched Tomer eat shit from Bluck's car. All right. But if you are aware of what happened in that op and you you watched, then you know you're in for a treat. If you don't, you'll see it tomorrow. But yeah, no, the guy understands content, and I'm gonna be honest, my pickings for Reforger were a bit more on the serious side, and I was never able to get into it because Reforger has a lot of bugs, but the way Pro Gamer does it, I do appreciate it, so I'm gonna try to hop in with him weekly and see if we can get something going, especially on my off day, you know? Oh, as I know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's why I want his side too, but we're a content channel. We don't need to get into that drama. We don't need to get into the fact that I think his community completely ousted him. But, you know, we don't need to talk about that. We're here for fun. You know, it's kind of like when I ousted Luton back in the day. Anyway. Who's gonna win? Whoa! All right. Let's see. So, I mean, based off all that, as long as Blue 4 basically maintains control of the, you know, Overwatch positions and they stop Op4 from actually advancing, I think they'll be fine. I genuinely think Blue 4 can hold this. If they had medium machine gun teams, then I think it would be a bit easier for them. Op4 having the medium machine guns would be an issue if Blue 4 couldn't actually reinforce the ridges like this. Both sides do have the SVD. I'm not gonna lie, that actually scared the shit out of me. The combination of that noise and him humming, I thought that was actually outside of my headphones, but I think Blue 4 have this pretty well. Yeah, people call me Luton Jr. every time I pull the mortars out, because one of the reasons we kind of ousted him in Arma 3 back in the day was he kind of went mental and started, like, just mortaring the shit out of us, because he used to be basically what I do. He used to be, like, the top Zeus in the world and all that shit. So, he was also pretty damn good at it, but then he got a little greedy. That's why when we do Pay for Pains, for example, that's the only time I let chat kind of influence my decision, but that's only for, like, what, up to a few percentage points of my ops, like maybe 5% at most, especially since we run them, you know, the pay for campaign right now, but any other time, I'm here to pretty much, you know, do what my players want. I'm seeing a PKP out here, but I didn't see one in the loadout. Yeah, so I guess they also had a Delta team. Yeah, so both sides have medium machine guns, so I think Blue 4 will have this. The only difference I see is Blue 4 versus Op 4. Op 4 have the better players. Zixme, for example, the OFCRA crew, they got some of the Scandi Recon crew versus, you know, don't get me wrong, good players. But I think there's better players in Op 4 here. And yeah, so we ran that Pay for Pain one-off with Hellfire. We're going to finish up the Pay for campaign probably by the end of this month. There might be one more Pay for Pain style event, But that's not going to be for me. That's going to be for making some more horror assets in Arma 3. And I need to start that discussion with Devourkin this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, not sure if we'll have any streams tomorrow. Stillwater isn't running an op. They had a random announcement to say that, you know, they can't run an op this weekend, which sucks. Bloodwing and I were having a date night, so, you know, can't stream in the afternoon. And then the morning, I'm being pulled over by, you know, I don't like the wording of that. I am going over to Big Bird from Exfil, and they're going to shoot some trailer stuff. So I might end up in a game trailer. But I haven't been giving Exfil a lot of time recently because I've been so busy with Arma stuff. So, you know, I'm just trying to rebalance my life, essentially. We have the VOD channel literally scheduled 5 days in advance right now, and at the rate I'm going, we'll probably have it scheduled by like 2 to 3 weeks by the end of the year, which means I can draw down a bit from Arma 3. I'm trying to shoot from running like anywhere from 10 to 15 ops to around 7. It's annoying. The reason we're having a break right now is because I made all this stuff for a World War I op, and then I found out there's a dependency that I can't do anything about unless someone else finds something, which Zombie might have, but oof to me on that. So I'm just going to convert it all to Warhammer 40k stuff, which I also have something on the docket for, which we'll see not this weekend, but next weekend. Op 4 has Scandi on it, so if you're going to bet purely on Scandi, feel free to bet Op 4. I genuinely don't think Blue 4 needs to worry about holding the sector here. I think they can just, you know, hold the front line positions and plink from stuff ahead of time, but they have a really nice defensive line here. I don't really see Op 4 flanking around on this side because this is all open area, and they're at an angle up here where they can kill anything that tries to run on the low ground. But they've got a very great defensive line right here that I doubt Op 4 is really going to be able to assault. The only caveat I see is maybe on this ridge from building to building they can move up, but if Blue 4 loses these defense lines, I think they're screwed. So we'll see how this goes. Bro's playing music and then his little mouth's moving while he's doing it because he's playing it through his headset. And Arma's thinking he's speaking because of T-Fart. It's all good, Zombie. I don't mean to sound jaded when I say this. Oh, what is Malin doing, Chucklehead? I don't mean to sound jaded when I say this, but I've had plenty of people over the past 8 years volunteer to, like, do stuff for me, and I would say only 10 to 20% at most actually follow through, either with the thing working or they just completely blow me off. So I don't really give hope into anything, but I'm more than happy to look into something, if that makes any sense. Because I'm more than happy these days if something doesn't work, I just go, okay, now I know for now, and boop, we just get rid of it, go forward. And that's not to discredit what you've done. It's just how I treat it, because I try to be hopeful, but oh my gosh, that's gotten me a swift kick in the balls every once in a while. All right, Op 4 moving out. I'm curious to see if the pickups are going to ferry people over or if they're just going to blitz forward. We already have Blue 4. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. 2 explosive specialists. You know what this means? They're going to rig the shit out of this position with satchels. I hope to God they do. And then they just get an vantage point, wait for Op 4 to come in, and then click that bitch off. Yes. Yes. Rig it to blow. My posture's alright. Could be a little better, though. It's because I've screwed up my chair and I still haven't fixed it yet. Yeah, and then put some satchels, like, forward. Oh, no, they're literally just blitzing right in. Okay, Jesus. Well, I hope Vagrant can throw a satchel on there. That would be funny. Or put a satchel on the corner and then just, like, pull away. But yeah, Op 4 going for a quick rush. You almost never see rushes like this, but yeah, it's Scandi leading the charge, and also OFCRA, so they're Op 4 sending their best units forward, and they're not pulling back, so I think these guys are going to be on ridge security, and they're going to rely on 2 squads of people to go down and attack. This is interesting. And Op 4 haven't seen Schneider over here, And Schneider hasn't noticed Op4. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. I think Blue 4 just finally noticed. And Spiegel completely missed this one Blue 4 member here. One Blue 4 guy gets his head blown off. Spiegel gets knocked out. Wise gets knocked out. Katz gets knocked to his feet. Schneider, I think, just ran out of ammo. Katz trying to do a little tactical dance around here, realizing he has a marksman rifle. He looks kind of... And Iander blows him away with an RPG.
Very different uniforms.
I hated when people get...
And I left myself unmuted, so we heard people on Death Speech. I gotta reach out to... oh my god. I'm blanking on his name, but the guy that runs my plugin, because we haven't gotten fixed in a while. Whoops. He's the guy that runs another PvP thing that I'm completely forgetting on right now. TBD, that's it. Ilvanek, that's it. God, I'm so scatterbrained. I gotta get back with all my stuff, though. Bluck, I don't know why he just pulled out his handgun, but he gets blown away by Curie. That was kind of deserved. More grenades being thrown. Lolo gets shot in the ass as he tries to pull away. Yeah, no better kill like overkill. Bro, free RPG. You've got Patriot back here looking around with that SVD. He's trying to find a good marksman position to fire from here. But yeah, this group has somehow gone ahead of the other group. I'm going to be honest, I think Op4 went a little too quick. They should have had their Overwatch elements set up first. Now you have NASA aggressively pushing up. Spots core back first. But yeah, this is definitely an AK-74 mirror match of some sort. Watch trying to come up. He gets NASA nicked there. NASA trying to return fire. Trying to keep shots on. Both get knocked prone. NASA doing a quick tack reload. Only for him to get randomly knocked out from a different angle. That was Charlotte. With a quick save right there for a knockout. That allowed Watts to push up and get the kill. Alright, Op4's got 4 pushing. We got more forces pushing up on that side. A lot of pressure being put on that Overwatch ridge. This is letting some Op4 get forward here. There's definitely a lot of confusion. I don't think Blue 4 is expecting a rush like this. I thought they think that they had time to move up and make another defensive line, but Op4 just kind of blitzed through. And now this is just a very messy fight on both sides. I think Op4 is going to start running into more resistance here because you see that Alexander has that SVD and he's trying to pick anyone off that's coming up that doesn't look like his side. Lolo moving up, and now they're taking flanking fire from Delta's medium machine guns. Because this is all open territory. Watts trying to do some quick bandaging. I think Lolo's about to kick his ass. Depso tries to follow. He gets mucked by that machine gun. Watts, not sure if he saw the feet there. He's taking friendly fire now, though, so that just goes to show that they don't really know that there's still a few friendlies up here. You got the Overwatch elements here still trying to fire. More forces coming up. I really want to see... I think Vagrant got killed off. So his explosive traps are now moot, which is a shame. And it looks like Watts got killed off there. No, excuse me, the Op4 guy was Lolo. Got killed off. Watts, I think, got him. He's on 2 kills. Depso wakes back up, only to be shot at. Curie now running past. Still taking friendly fire. He has an LR. I'd be yelling at them like, what the fuck are you doing? And we got Patriot back here, but because he has an SVD, he's going to sound friendly. Though he gets spotted there. I think he did just get a kill on some of the guys up here. We see some wounds and a satchel down, but the Triggerman is dead, so... Oh, I stand corrected. The other Triggerman is still alive, and he gets a kill. I think that was potentially McBain, because it was McBain and Vagrant up here. So Vagrant's satchel doesn't go off, but that satchel does, and that gets a nice multi-kill. So Op4 definitely need to consider sending more units down. We have Zixme swimming over here. He has an SVD. He's going to try to find an angle to basically swim around and hit some of the people over here. Not a bad idea, but that is going to take precious time. Curie, meanwhile, trying to get Kremet. Forces him around the backside. McBain also trying to come around here. He's going up, but there's no way to jump through that. That's it's literally a cereal box texture, unfortunately. But I still think you can enter through the back, right? Nope, it's also a cereal box. Ow! Faked out. Is he trying to climb the roof now? He might be. He might be able to get onto this and then climb up specifically. Otherwise, Patriot running CQC. He's going to get killed by Burton here, but at least he got another kill with that. That was Nemesis, too, so Op4 ground command's taken out. Now there's going to be a little less coordination between the overwatching elements and the ground assault elements. The large group that rushed in, I think it was the Offgra players, they've been mostly wiped. It's only Kremet now. And Zixme, who stayed back and he's trying to find an overwatch position to potentially snipe out some of the blue 4 players here. I'm going to be honest, he's one of the few marksmen that I would actually trust to do something like this and be effective with it. But he's going to struggle to find a decent firing position because blue 4, they've moved off from this area and they're coming back here. But maybe he'll be able to get some pickoffs over here. We do have some dead from this side, so Op4 definitely been able to at least take out a few people on this ridge, that's for sure. You got Goose now trying to get a kill as a Bravo member is running down the area here. Op4 taking the first sector there. McBain was able to get on that roof. Kremet on the second story of this building, trying to pick off who he can. On that southern ridge, looks like he's working on Watts. And I think Curie was actually taken out. Kremet on 7 kills. That's nuts. All right, I will be right back 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. So Zixme still trying to find his firing position. Wasn't really able to get much. Looks like a lot of blue 4 actually pulling back into the sector objective back here. Maybe spooked from that objective being taken. This is going to create a lot of discord in blue 4's defensive line here. I guess the question is, what else can Kremet do? He's on 8 kills now. And AT just hit accurately into this tower area. I think Alexander was the sniper up here. He gets taken out. More AT firing, completely knocking the glass out. Not a bad call to make. Just so they can make sure that that sniper position has been taken out. So now the next main assault is going to be Op4 trying to storm the positions up here. And Zixme is going to have to find another angle here or to potentially try to move in. But you definitely see he's trying to find a way to utilize the terrain up here. Huggies, thanks for the 14-month resub, buddy. Hope you enjoy the operations and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Yeah, he's definitely looking around. He's got a decent position to overwatch this area here. Puts that shot out, but he's literally using his foot as a weapon stand, kind of. Otherwise, we see that Op4 Delta is trying to suppress the ridge line here to keep these guys pinned. Crisper here was a suppression element here, but now he's being directly pushed. We also have Kremet pushing up. He's going to catch Watts in the back. This is going to be kill number 9. He opts to throw a grenade. And since that wasn't fruitful, he... Wow! Wow! Okay, that... I don't know how Kremet fumbled that, but he fumbled that. Okay, that was... I was hoping for kill number 9. Watts bounces back, gets his 4th kill, but... Okay. Just, that one was a fumble and a half. God damn, McBain in a great spot, though. He's just waiting for Op4 to push. Hold up, Charlotte. Look at this, throwing some grenades, gets 1 kill, starts spraying. Honestly, I would have thrown the grenade and then prepped the AT4. AT4 would be a great use right here. But I appreciate that Charlotte's trying to utilize both positions. Here we go. This is exactly what we need to see. This could get a double kill. Oh, now, wait, maybe. They're running. Oh, beautiful. NoobTube on the back. Takes that 5-man group, turns it to 3. And these guys are in a really bad spot. Wise getting knocked out. Charlotte playing the long game here. Charlotte is on the multi, by the way. Going for Iander. Yanni's charging. Gets knocked to his feet. That is an amazing change here. Wise wakes back up. Another kill. Charlotte on 4. Taking this 5-man team and moving it down to 2. Iander, I'm surprised, is not trying to return fire with the RPG here. Oh my god. Company HQ coming around because Charlotte messaged that. Probably called over the radio. There's this issue here. But can Batty come up in time? GL's coming in but can't seem to get over. That one's going to do damage, but it goes a little too far. They're opting to smoke. Iander takes fire. Charlotte gets hit, ducks down. Going to quickly check the ridge over here. Op4 also not able to push that much. Did Chris get a kill? Nope, CRISPR did not, but we did see some Op4 pushing. Now it's only Arakiru moving up, as well as Chris. Damn, so Op4 fumbling in a few different areas and losing that number advantage, and now I think Blue 4 are in much better odds to win this one. It was definitely leaning towards Op4, but some pretty choice actions have fixed that. All right, CRISPR's dead because he's crippled and he's trying to walk away with the nade. And I think he knew it, so he tries to pre-fire the corner to at least get the kill. Now you got Batty on the other side coming up, and you got Scandy kind of pinned between 2 marksmen here. Zixby unable to line up any kills. We could still see Op4 sneak enough infantry around to hit the sector. Unsure if we'll see the terminal site. Just depends how long these 2 Op4 can hold. We see some additional hits right here as these guys try to lean out. Both have RPGs, but, I mean, both players are a little out of RPG range. Meanwhile, Arakiru just sprinting around completely. We have 2 defenders in the zone, so he's not going to be able to snipe it. But can he find Murphy and Fonz, as they're literally just camping the entry point, at least the main one. Charlotte's going to charge up. A well-placed grenade. And I was calling that, you know, this little coastal position could be spotted from that Overwatch element, but we did see Charlotte over here taking some pot shots at people. That's also where she got 1 kill at least. Speaking of, that's Wise down. I think Batty got that kill, though. Yep, so on 1. Iander now alone. Tries to fire the RPG. Hits a rock in the smoke. Charlotte doing some pre-firing. Iander takes a guess and got pretty close for the fact that there was all the smoke in the way. But I think Batty's going to advance here and potentially get Iander. Iander just taking the new RPG. Not a bad call. I mean, if you have it, you might as well use it, right? And we see Iander now pushing Batty in a great position to shoot through that slit, and that's basically GG for that 5-man group, taking no KIA with them. Skipoo, meanwhile, holding the ridge on 3 kills. Tackleberry's about to run up. Tackle's out of ammo. Has to switch to the handgun. Skipoo trying to panic reload here. Skipoo draws the handgun way too late. Excuse me. Tackleberry draws the handgun way too late. And Skipoo was able to get that new banana mag in. However, we do have an SVD. And Zixby gets the kill. So Arakiru on a kill now. Unsure if the person... Yep, no. He was picked off by Arakiru. Blue 4 only down to 6 now, as Op 4 are also down to 6. So this is dead even. Blue 4, though, are definitely more spaced out compared to Op 4. They do have 1 marksman who is going to have to swim in. But I think Op4, they're a little more centered on this objective right here. You gotta remember, there's still a terminal they have to go and hit. But Blue 4 have only 1/3 of their player base in that zone, and the other 2/3 are kind of out and about. So this could swing either way, but I'm still leaning on Op4 right now. Beautiful plays that Blue 4 made in defense, but just everywhere else, they fell apart. And I was just saying in the beginning, if they lose these 2 ridges, it's probably going to be GG. Marucho really needs to be guns up right now, because lowering that, it takes a second or 2 to react, and by then he's going to get gunned down by somebody else. Waldo might crawl in and get him, but when you're alone like that, you really need to be guns up and ready to move in an instant. See, because he's going to spot him, raise his weapon, and immediately gets blown away. Imagine if he had his gun already out, he would have been the first person firing, and Waldo would have probably gotten killed. That's why, when you are in a CQC situation where you don't know where anything is, you need to have your gun up. If you don't, that's what happens. Fawn's trying to move around. Arakiru dodges his gaze. Sector being taken now because Op4 does have the number advantage inside. Arakiru gets noticed. A grenade gets thrown in, but Arakiru running to the next building. And that, I think, blew up the generator or something inside. Fonz gets caught by Waldo. Fonz gets knocked over to the left. Defensive grenade gets thrown. It's going to go too far. Waldo trying to flank around on the side. Mike tries to put a GL, but it goes high, and Fonz gets knocked out as he tries to pull away. Blue 4, meanwhile, they're pushing the remaining 4 guys over to here on the objective terminal. Not a bad call. You don't want to sprint right in. Fonz gets double tapped by Waldo. It is now 6 versus 4. Anyone's ballpark here. Op4 are going to stay till they capture the sector. Now we're just waiting with bated breath. Zombie, I did already try the standard IFA all-in-one, and it had the same issue, but we can try again. Just checking my DMs right now. There it is. All right, we'll see how things go. Alright, so let's talk strategy here. Charlotte, grab the RPG, not a bad call. Going to be right here to catch anyone that tries to go up on the ridge, which is a natural position Op4 will gravitate to either go around this spot to then assault through the low ground to get here, or to get up on the ridge to then push through. McBain on a nice high spot to cover some of that. Nice little open slit right here to catch anybody. If he had a GL, that would also be good. He does have explosives, though. Charlotte pushing up, though, using the backwalk method to get up the Hainer. Very smart. But yeah, that's how you climb these things. You just back up, and then you can climb them. It's very funny, but that's how it works. This. Camp that with an RPG, and as soon as you see an enemy pull up, you're right in the spot you need to be. So as they're interacting with it, you can literally let the RPG out. That's a really nice spot to be in. What Charlotte doesn't realize is that really gives her position away. I think Chris immediately noticed because of that RPG. Charlotte doesn't notice. Palmer gets exposed and sprayed down. Not killed. But now you're having more people working in the low ground over here that could go for a wide flank. Charlotte's position being exposed by where Arakiru is right now. That's going to be the end for Charlotte. Yep. Whoop. There she goes. Oh, yeah, Yanni, I watched Charlotte gun you all down. It was great. McBain now looking in that direction. Might spot Eric. Kiru gives a few shots. Can't seem to get a connection there. No blood splatters. And now it is 3 versus... Oh, still 6. Palmer woke back up. Watts going on the high ground. Not a bad call here. He's just got to be concerned with his right. Just worried they might be getting tunnel vision on Eric Kiru. We see some smokes going in. Watts does have a GL, but he does have kills, so we might not have a GL remaining. Very risky spot to go Overwatch on, but, I mean, he might have to risk it for the kills. Gets Mike to his feet, but doesn't finish him. Chris now coming around. Runs out of ammo. Chris immediately goes prone. No idea where he got shot from. There's the GL that, honestly, Watts should have started with, but he does hurt himself on that. Next one goes in, but it's too late. Mike's already repositioned. Watts needed to open up with those. Shame. It is now 3-5. Anyone's game. Batty takes hits as soon as he turns the corner there and immediately tries to pull back. Eric Hugher trying to push up to get on a flanking hit position for Batty. Good calls by both players there. The right decision made by both, especially. McBain still on a decent Overwatch position. Really, it's up to Watts to get a few free kills here. Almost all of Op4 is turned over, but we do have Zixme laying in the wings here. He could pick off McBain. But is Zixme patient enough? He spots Watts. Can't line up the shot, but Watts is staying on the corner. No, he's tunneling on McBain. Because there's a little bit of bush in the way, so he can't see the tree is blocking his view of Watts. So he pulls back. Eric Kiru, meanwhile, pushing. Great thermal grenade thrown on the corner. That's giving Batty a little bit of concealment, but Eric Kiru gets knocked to his feet. Multiple hits taken. One of those was Batty's, though. Wide grenade thrown. Batty knocked to his legs. Doing a big spray there. Eric Kiru gets another hit on Batty's legs. More grenades being wildly thrown around. That one might actually... Nope. I thought it was a little closer than it actually was. Batty not giving up, though. Watts taken out. It is now 2-5. And I think Op4, yep, have this one. I don't think McBain can hold against 4 with someone overwatching half of his coverage area. Unless Op4 trickles in one at a time, I think this is an Op4 win. I've seen crazier, though. We have the Audrey Hotto incident. But I think Waldo sees Bane up here, and this is going to go to kills. Saw a blue 4 marker for a second, but I think that was just the spawn back in on the server. Yeah, we'll do it. Can McBain channel his inner Audrey Hotto and eliminate the remaining 5 Op4 players and win the match? Find out on this episode of Friday Night Fights. There, I said it. You know, McBain being up here, he will be able to hear those footsteps, and he can tunnel vision on some of these units. We got some double tap shots. Come on, McBain. Blow his ass away. Yeah. Eric Hiru sprints right in. That was a dumb decision. You should have peeked that because that's the target building. So naturally, there's going to be someone watching. Now McBain needs to change positions. Or listen for footsteps and start popping nades. Mike also firing at Batty's body. That's cute. This is where you start stairwell camping. You start grenade spamming. Anything you can do. Zixme's going to wait for his shot, though. 3 shots go out. McBain stays out. He's dead. Unless that prone saves him. Another shot. 3rd shot. 4th shot. Right in the dick. Zixme wins. Oh, shit. That reminds me. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I'm going to be honest. Not a bad fight. It just kind of played out how we expected to. Blue 4 lost Overwatch control. Op 4 took a few needless casualties on some pretty nasty ambushes Blue 4 set up, but I think Blue 4 was just way too spread out on objectives, whereas Op 4 really did compress themselves to try to hit one. And then the group that went off to hit something else got ambushed and taken out, which didn't really pull a lot of Blue 4's attention away, but Blue 4 just fell apart on the other side. So Op 4 with those more No, it wasn't even the more senior players because the OFCRA group got wiped and the Scandi group got wiped. So it was just other players that stepped up, and they were just more consolidated. Oh, I didn't see Tom or FF Waldo, but that's kind of funny. Zix me with that last snipe, though. We're just waiting for the next mission to begin. Bro just invited me to go play Reforger, but we have tonight's stream, so when I politely turned him down, he's just like, all right, that's it, I'm going to say it. Luton 09 is the better Zeus, so I'm just telling him those are fighting words, buddy. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, Yanni streaming? Well, he poked me with a link to my channel and not his. The goober. Alright, Chernarus 2020. Let's go. Ouch. Alright, this is round 2 for FNF. I'll do the payout in a second, guys. What the heck? So, Op 4 is attacking a blue 4 cash terminal and gunning for blue 4 GC. Op 4 has a 6% numbers advantage. A BTR 80A, a BTR 80 and GAZ transport, while Blue 4 has 2 scoped M240 statics. Those scoped Elkins, man, are great, especially if they're high, because then they, you know, they can do the full 360 turn. And then they've got 2 M2, so 2 M2 statics, which I believe are the M2 HBs, and an M1117, which they change out the GMG for the whatchamacallit, the 50 cal. No, they change it out for the coax 240. For quote-unquote balance, because FNF is allergic to GMGs. I like Elkins mounts in PvP because the scope, you basically have a perfectly stabilized sniper rifle that you can just go full auto on, and you don't even have to worry about recoil. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. But you have to know how to position it properly, because a good marksman can easily pick you off of it if you're not careful. Alright, let's get that prediction paid out. Blue 4-1, right? Yeah. Let's pay it out to Blue 4. Right. I've only unironically done that one time, though, and I'm proud of that. I know Op 4 when I got paid out to Op 4. Don't worry, I'm screwing with you guys. I'm screwing with you guys. Don't worry. I got you. It's a yoke. Hey, Hogs here. How you doing, broski? I probably missed a hydrate somewhere. Ah, there it is. By the way, if you guys want to check out the DayZ menu for tonight, we're back to Ghost Wolf's fancy schmancy stuff, and he switched it to Namalsk because Dagestan wasn't working with the new temperature effects. You can type !menu and see that we have a few channel point items on for tonight. You know, we'll see, Zombie. I've heard some pretty interesting theories, and then there's also a few other things I know that if I even attempt to utter my mouth, Nillers will get on the phone and call both John Miller and John Arma to bust into my house and drag me away from my computer. So, I gotta be careful. I also have to be careful because if any of you say the right thing, I have to go, oh yeah, that's crazy, guys. Wow. Who would think that would happen? Anyway. Oh boy. In that case, I welcome the mass spam of wolves and everything. Ay, ay, ay. Is that a Black Hawk I hear in the distance? See, it's perfectly normal, because I live close by Dulles Airport, so we have planes occasionally fly over our houses on some days, because sometimes that's where the wind blows. All chat will hear is Liru's cries and the crackling of a leather belt. No, that's when we piss Bloodwing off. Very, very big distinction there. Alright? Very big distinction. Oh my god, personal note though, we finally got the venue and the church and all that stuff taken care of. Already sent some emails out for setting up rehearsal dinner stuff, talked to my parents about all that. We're finally like going into full swing with all this shit, and it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore. What stories? Broadshore, you don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Can you let me know what your address is? Actually, you've played in my ops. I already have your IP address. I can just cross-reference that real quick. Alright, I'm just going to send this over to the Greek authorities. I'm sure that they can deal with you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Zombie. Wait. Alright, now the begging begins. Okay, Broadshore, here's what you got to do. Wait, Stream Elements timed him out. Oh, that's weird. Normally it's a moderator that does it, but Stream Elements, huh? Interesting. And we never saw Broadshore again. Yeah, that's how quick the Greeks work, man. You don't want to piss them off. They'll get you. They'll get you. I'll miss Broadshore. I'll miss the guy. It's a shame. Anyway. Alright, Shannara's 2020, which is practically the DayZ map. Let's see what we've got on the docket for FNF. It is 4:10, so we'll probably be able to cover maybe a third round after this. It depends on how quick things go. We're on the northern side of the... Oh, God, top right, actually. Op 4 spawning in a really small corner of the map. There's going to be at least 5 to 10 minutes of transition time over here. We'll see if Blue 4 tries to send that 117 out to do any intercepts here. But this is a massive AO for FNF standard. So we've got a far left route. We got some central routes. And we got a far right route. I wonder if I say, you know, far left or far right, if that if that dings something on the YouTube algorithm, I get in trouble. You know? Because those are political terms. Meanwhile, I'm just saying, yeah, there's a right route, there's a left route, and then there's some center routes. Oops. You know, like how if you put any video out and it mentions, like, Trump, Kamala, election, like anything, like, deemed political by the algorithm, and has that little disclaimer about how the election's been called. Yeah, that's a funny one. Anyway, let's go ahead and put the, whatchamacallit up so you guys can use your obligatory channel points as long as you're in a country that hasn't banned gambling for some weird reason. Alright, Blue 4 is once again defending. Op 4 is once again attacking. We'll set it for 20 minutes. And we'll see how things go. Alright, I mean, after DayZ tonight, I'll probably stream some mission dev. We need to show off some 40k scenarios and whatnot, and I need to show you guys some of the fun little things we're cooking up. Canada loves gambling to the point it's not taxed. Okay, that's where I think Canada's wrong. Canada should at least be taxing gambling winnings a little bit because that's a great way to make money. Not gonna lie. Great way to make money as a government is to literally tax gambling. Little bit. I mean, anything that has an addictive tendency. So tax gambling, tax alcohol, tax cigarettes, tax marijuana. Like, just to make money off of that bitch. God, and then those monsters, like, find other things to tax that people need every day. Tax their food, tax their gas, tax everything, and then you can slowly have total control. Easy. I mean, tax the damn lottery. Oh my god. Yeah, Shark says the word election in something he just writes. That's what I'm kind of, that's why I think it's funny. The word Trump there didn't get censored, the word election did. Well, then again, Twitch is very liberal, so they're probably butthurt about the damn results, because now the U.S. has total control of everything right now, for the Republican side, but I'm not political. Well, okay, this channel's not political. I myself, I have my own politics. I try to be in the middle, but it's definitely an interesting conversation from both sides, but there's also a lot of people that really like to blow smoke up each other's ass. So let's go ahead and cover this round, and then we'll get back to talking about whatever we want. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Shark, but no, it came up with the word election instead. That's so weird. Anyway, Blue 4 are going to be defending their VIP, which I believe is going to be ground command, defending a terminal, and defending a cache. Op 4 are going to be attacking all those. It's glitched out to say that they're defending for some weird reason. Brief here, it's going to be 1,000 meters for render distance, 100 fortified points, fortified colors are going to be green, and the time limit is 65 minutes, aka 15 minutes as they start 50 minutes of op. HVT can be hidden in any of the 3 hiding zones. We'll get over that in a second. Mission rules. VIP is not allowed to enter or use vehicles to run away. VIP is not allowed to hide on rooftops. All right, cool. No performance tweaks for this scenario. Blue 4, meanwhile, their loadouts are going to be Polish with ACRs and 230 systems for the GL, SVDSs for their marksman rifle, Mini-Me's for their light machine gun, AT4 single-shot disposables for their light anti-tank, their medium anti-tank is going to be a Carl Gustav, and then their crewmen get MP5s. Their vehicles include an open-topped Humvee, a 117 with a 50 cal, and a 7.62. Wait, what? Oh, that's disgusting. They don't have a 50 cal, and they don't have a GMG. Instead, they're given a 20 millimeter cannon with 150 AP rounds and a 7.62x51 M240C with 2 belts, I guess 2 giant boxes of 1,100 rounds. Okay, weird. 2 50 cal turrets, and then 2 standing Elkin 240s. Okay, cool. Yeah. Op 4, meanwhile, Chechen forces kits. We saw this in the previous round, so, you know, the black color. With AK-74s, SVDs, RPKs. RPG-7s with 2 rounds for the light anti-tank. There's the GP-25 system on their AK-74s. Delta Medium Machine Gunners get the PKP. We also have some RPG-32s, and then some PP-2000s. BTR-80 Alpha for them, which has the... No, okay, I was about to say, what the fuck? No, this is the BTR-80. So it's got that 14.5 heavy machine gun. It's got a bunch of transport gases, and then it also has the BTR-80 Alpha, which has the autocannon and the 2000 coax. Okay. Crazy. Yeah, Sav just said the word election, and it censored it. That's so funny. Look, I'll talk about Twitch in a second with what I can say. You know, never bite the hand that feeds you. Fun fact. But let's go ahead and go over the roster and then the AO, and then we'll talk. We'll talk. So, Company HQ being led by Charlotte, who is on the multi, by the way. Korvac has the 2IC. Could be the VIP, could be... I don't know which one of them is the VIP, but one of them is. Otherwise, Peasant leading with Crisp as the marksman for Alpha. Alpha 1 has Alexander, Nakamata, McBain, and Jamera. Alpha 2 has Kabubi Face, Waldo, Tomer, and Patriot. Bravo being led by Fonz with Snodgebear, Marchino, Skipu, Foster, France, Wiki Quartz, Maxic, and Gates. Echo is being led by Pupper with Goose as the medium anti-tank gunner with Murphy and Sancho under him. Golf has G-Legs and Sam being together for that 117 gunner. Op 4 being led by Swola with Charlie, so no Alpha and Bravo, interesting. Charlie being led by NASA with Whiteside as the Marksman, Cheeseburger as the Medic, Zixme as the 2IC. Charlie 1 has Dev, So Fancy, Kremet, Watts, and Mike. Charlie 2 has Jerry, Yano, Major Khan, and Spiegel. Delta being led by Nemesis with Wise as the Medic, Malin and Baddie being the medium machine gunners in Delta 2 that have merged with Delta Actual, and then Delta 1, Spirit and Dobbs as the other 2 medium machine guns. So, OPFOR fielding all medium machine guns. Oh, gosh, yeah, that was predictable. Yanni Finn leading Echo with Iander as the AT God for the RPG-32 gunner on OPFOR, and then Cullison Katz being his assistant. So that team has 6 AT rounds total. Blue 4 has 6 AT rounds total as well because they're kept even. It's 2 for the gunner and then 2 per assistant, so 6 rounds total. BTR-80 Alpha has Chris and Gazag together, BTR-80 has Flying Finn and Tackleberry together, and Ash is alone in Delta 2 as an assistant that will be able to give ammo for those medium machine guns. Looking over at the AO, we see that the 3 objectives are as follows. We have a Destroy objective right here. The cache is kind of tucked away in this town. In that zone, that is quite nice. We also have the terminal site a little more further up to the north, basically under this little building. Little bit of interior cover right here, but that's also grenade bait or GL bait or RPG bait, so not the best. And then we have those 3 search zones. So spawn, we have around the destroy objective and around the terminal. Basically, if the HVT stays in that zone, which we're about to see who that is, it is going to be Charlotte as ground command, okay? If they stay in the yellow zones, they won't be detected by OPFOR, because if they leave those yellow zones, then their position is broadcasted to OPFOR and updated every like 5 or 10 seconds. So that's why you got to stay in those zones. All right. Excuse me. Feel free to get your bets out. We'll see how things go. Did you hear XQC lost a $700,000 bet on the... and you censored the word? I did hear about that. I'm not going to lie. I may or may not have put a few $1,000 on a certain thing on Robinhood for something called a betting... not a betting, a contract. And I might have gotten some nice money out of that. Because it was... honestly, looking at the election, it was close, but the way how the Democrats treated a major election demographic, kinda, yeah, I kind of saw it coming. But that's a debate for a different time. I don't think it was technically a bet. It was just something where I could put money down, and if I'm right, I win some. So I guess, yeah, technically it's a bet, but. Yeah, yeah, CV hits it right on the head. And you, I don't mean for this to get political, but, yeah, of course, the but. When one, regardless of who it is, when one group spends years shitting on a very big voting demographic, and then for 2 weeks before a major election starts trying to reel them back in, but because of their own ideologies, they can't commit to reeling them back in. So everything that they then try to do looks completely disingenuous. That's gonna hurt you. That's gonna hurt you. I'm sorry to say. Like, you know? But regardless of your political affiliation, I think it's always interesting to look at how polls work, how certain parties treat certain demographics, and how that really can shift elections, regardless of what you stand for. I just find all that information so neat. It's just, I really hate talking about it because you run into a lot of crazy people from Twitter or Reddit or something that then immediately want to brand you as something to then attack you ad hominem, and you're like, no, I just think this is neat. Ah, yes, the 1117 running chuckleheads over, you know? How polls work, they usually get a job. Oh my gosh, but Poland has been crazy. If you've been keeping track of how they've been having to handle their border with Belarus and how their policies have all been changing and how they are as a country compared to others and how, just crazy. Everything right now is crazy, you know? But, again, you can't really talk about that, and that's why I'm also a bit careful to do it, because Twitch is a very liberal-leaning platform right now, which, I'm gonna be honest, I'm in the middle. I just base off of, I just base my voting off of who, you know, who seems better for me, and I'll be honest, my, they done fucked up AA Ron, yeah, right. As a Virginian, there were some Democrats I voted for, and there were some Republicans I voted for because I thought the policies lined up better for me. I was in the middle. I'm fine to say that, but my God, I'm a little terrified about speaking about it because, you know, this platform's a little... It's definitely leaning one way, that's for sure. So, yeah. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, even if it's over silly things like this. Yeah, and that's fair. What's that? I mean... We definitely have more power in our, like, local elections compared to the federal sometimes. Like, if you're in California and you like Trump, for example, your voice isn't going to matter. But maybe on your, like, local county side, because there's still plenty of, like, red counties there, that's where your voice matters. This is what I tell everyone I know. Like, your voice is much more important at the governor level, especially in a swing state like Virginia, for example. We've had Tim in the office, and we've also had Youngkin in the office, so that's where it's more important. Well, that's just my opinion, man. Yeah, zombie going anyway, yeah, right? Let's try to move it on. But again, I like that we can have this dialogue, and I don't have anyone immediately blowing up in my chat about bullshit, because... yeah, I'm a big enough channel where I can make a living doing all this, but I can just have a conversation with you guys. Because it's nice. It's a breath of fresh air, because there's a lot of other places you go to, and you will have someone start yelling at you. And it's not on one side alone, it's both sides. Both sides have those extremists that you just have to avoid, you know? The only type of people that piss me off are the ones that make their entire political affiliation their entire personality. Exactly. I was actually talking with Bloodwing about that the other day. And it's not just political affiliation. I would say the same about religion. I would say the same about sports. I would say the same about anything. If you are the type of person where you cling to one topic and you make that topic your entire personality, I haven't run into someone who I like that has done that for any of them, because they're just one note. They're stale. And if you have something against that opinion, freaking, I was gonna say God help you, but, you know, whatever at that point. Just, oh, it's a landmine that you don't want to step on. How do I feel about Arma Zoo streamers? You know, I'm happy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of... hold on. Something bugged in Spectator Zoo, so I'll be adminning. Interesting. So yeah, they're working on that. But yeah, no, I will admit, like a few years ago, this was my life. This was my personality, and I've been trying to make sure that I vary other things. So, you know, I've got my indoor greenhouse set up for all my saplings, because I got into gardening. I got into mushroom farming for a little while, but then I found out the frickin' grow tent rusted out, and I was on track to get all plastic one so I could keep growing some, what was it? Blue oyster, golden oyster. I was going to start getting into some, not trumpet. What are the ones that taste like lobster that are like puffy? Well, you know, because that shit's expensive. Even at your local farmer's market, that shit's like, you know, it can get up to like 10 to 20 for like one serving. That's in dollars. But now that space is for something else. But let's see. Hunting, fishing, recently getting into poker. I'm trying to vary myself, you know? What's my favorite cut of steak? Porterhouse. And I know of sports. Like, I know how baseball works. I know how football works. I know how everything works. And I'm just there to watch two good teams work, you know? But, whew. No, Tech, we're just going on a side tangent. I never had a mushroom business. It was more of... okay, no, so you might be referring to a joke I made about if psychobilin ever gets legalized in this country, I might have a good... okay, I do have a business proposal to give to a few people, but that's never gonna happen. Probably for another, like, 10 or 20 years. But... No, it's not. It's not lobster mushroom. It's lion's mane. That's it. Or was it? Or was it trumpet mushrooms that tasted like lobster? Lion's mane tasted like something. Oh, whatever. I'm confusing myself. But it's been a while. But yeah, I'm just trying to. I know it happened in Oregon, but Oregon. The rest of the country is not like Oregon. And I'm going to be honest, in Virginia, I mean, we lean both ways, but, I mean, we'll see. But it needs to, it's like marijuana, it needs to be legalized at the federal level, and that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, especially considering the recent results with one party now controlling the entirety of everything. I mean, next 4 years are going to be interesting, that's for damn sure. All right, round has begun. Op 4 going to be deploying here. And we'll see how things go. Panko fry lion's mane is pretty good. Best fake chicken breast you can get. Yeah, no, one of my favorite things to do was take golden mushrooms. I would press it together with 2 pans, and then I would flavor that with soy sauce and a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and I would literally turn it into like a patty. And then put it in a burger, and it's delicious. And I really do miss that, but I just don't have any room in this in this house for anything else. But yeah, right now I'm trying to get into poker. We have the MGM National Harbor like 25 minutes from where I live. Might try some 1-3 tables later, but that's just me looking into other hobbies because. As I said earlier, I wanna be a little more well-rounded. Yeah, Texas Hold'em, exactly. Hell, I spent the past few days for like 20 minutes just learning how to shuffle a damn deck properly. Poker, I hardly knew her. Everyone makes those jokes. Chicken in the Woods, that's another one I want to try, but there's so many good mushroom varieties. I would absolutely love to try, not just eating, but growing, but... Yeah, give it 5 to 10 years. Bloodwing and I will upsize, because she's also... Oh, my goodness. I can't tell you guys anything yet, but she's been handed another really cool opportunity, and this time SpaceX won't snipe it from her. But that's another story in of itself. Penguin, do you count? Are you an advantage player? Yeah, I agree. Poker is... do we have time? We have some time. I mean, poker, you can definitely try to... I think they just left Depso there. That's funny. You can definitely get into every mathematical probability of what hand you're going to win, and you can try to give yourself every advantage you can. But you could literally start the game with pocket aces... You can raise some random dude at a 1-3 table to like $50, and they'll go in with like a 2 and a 3 and call you for whatever stupid reason, and then they will flop a 2 and a 3 and get a full house on the bat, and you'll just look at them and they'll look at you with a shit-eating grin, and you're like, God damn it. In watching a lot of or shadowing some games here and there, I've seen some people get lucky. I mean, fuck. I was, as a joke, playing against Bloodwing yesterday. Just regular 2-person Texas Hold'em with an ante, and if we had anything good, we would raise. And I folded quite a few hands. But every time I played her, for not even, I think it was 8 hands in a row, the bitch kept getting 2 pair. This is Shannara's 2020. But I shit you not. For 7 fucking hands in a row, she kept drawing 2 pair. By the 4th time, I literally... And I was shuffling every single time. Alright, here we go. A nice ambush here. But it baffled me. But sometimes that's how it is. And it's wild. By the 5th hand, I hit trips. So I was able to still win the hand, and I went for a big pot, and she VODed because I was able to play off of that luck she had. But, yeah, it happened, like, 2 more times after that, and I just went, what the All right, Op4, meanwhile, they're doing a really nice rush play on the ridge. Blue 4 able to predict it. I have no idea why the vehicle was tucked away. It should have been watching the road if Blue 4 felt genuine that Op4 was going to rush this. So that vehicle is going to miss everything. Might be some more stuff coming up, but they've already done a far dismount, and you've got these vehicles coming up. I really don't get why this wasn't overwatching. Autocannon now trying to kill Company HQ and manages to get the kill. Op4 command is dead. Let's see if Op4 can continue to push through here, but we've got a massive northern push here. Blue 4 holding the central area. They've got some stuff on the ridge. They got some stuff down below. I don't know. That could have been a very nasty nail in Op4's coffin there to try to win this one. Oh yeah, no, Bloodwing is definitely one of the luckiest people I've ever met. I've got some luck myself, but compared to her, well. HQ dead because they wanted to run a guy over. Yeah, he was like right up to him for whatever silly reason. They tried to drive away late. Now he's kind of biting the bullet for that one. And I agree, poker is still very much luck-based. You can, again, especially in a cash-only game, you can choose when to go in and give yourself every advantage that you can, but yeah, it... Let's just say if everyone limps into a pot and you're forced to put a big blind in, and you're going to see it anyway, then you might as well play it. You know, you'll hit a full house or some bullshit. And then there's a little bit of bluffing involved, too. And I think that's also correct. There's still a little bit of know-how in terms of how to play certain people and how to classify certain people and figuring out people... Well, less so figuring people's tells out, but... You know, just trying to understand what you can get away with without, you know, losing all your money. Which is why, in my opinion, it's a little more interesting than something like blackjack. Because the only way to play that game is either get really lucky or actually count, but... Zombie I do in person, because in Virginia you cannot, for at least cash, play online. But I'm happy. I literally spent like a month just studying a bunch of equations and statistics and whatnot. I went to my first tournament and I made it to final table. I think I was 4th place by the end because by then I couldn't draw a hand to save my life. Like, I think 15 hands in a row. I just couldn't get shit. And that's when other people around me were being super lucky. And just hitting constantly. And there's just nothing I can do at that point. So that's where the luck does come in, but, you know, proud of myself for that. All right, Op4 pushing up here. Skipu try to get an ambush in, but immediately gets gunned down because this is the Delta Medium Machine Gun Group. Batty gets a kill. So our Blue 4 spinning around yet? Yeah, I'll focus the rest on let's focus the rest on the round here, guys. Then we can talk about whatever we want. All right, objective terminal has been hacked. Op4 starting to push forces down. We still have the vehicles coming in. Where did... Okay, so the vehicle pushed all the way down here. I don't really agree with keeping autocannon vehicles in CQC situations like this because it's way too easy for Op4 to find you and snipe you, but I'm going to be honest, fighting Iander, I think you've already lost. And we see that they're scoping the vehicle out right now. They see it. This is going to be an easy shot for Iander. This is a 300-meter shot. And the vehicle tries to drive off after hearing the RPG fire, but it's, yeah. Yeah. They're on fire. They're on con. If they wake up, they're not going to last that long because of the constant bleed damage that fire provides in this game. Because it just constantly gives you wounds and you just take more and more bleeding. All right, Wiki Quartz on the flank here. Malin might get jumped. Nope, Wiki Quartz is pulling away. He does have the mini-me, though. That's one of the best weapons to have for CQC. Tries to fire it out. Meanwhile, Maxic gets knocked out here. Got Wiki with a kill. He is trying to get a few more, but he's alone. Getting pushed by Malin on the flank. Malin might jump him here with the PKP. Yeah, Wiki immediately just backs up into Malin. Malin gets a double tap. Blue 4 trying to send a few forces out to outflank, but you got this fighting out here on the outskirts that really isn't netting much, but yeah. Op 4, meanwhile, they're coming into a building that Blue 4 has a Overwatch angle on, which, not gonna lie, this is a really good spot, but I think they hear the footsteps. I'm gonna be honest, Nekomata should be holding, and Crisper should still be trying to snipe people, because there's a lot of good opportunities to hit here. If you're working with a battle buddy, just constantly stay on whisper comms with that battle buddy. I don't know why the guy with the SVD is on point here. This guy should be. Hell, have the RPG out, or excuse me, the AT4, and as soon as you see him, shoot him, and you'll get a free kill. Just keep your backblast clear. Yeah, 300 meters is point blank for Iander, especially with his preferred weapon, the RPG. 32. But yeah, hearing those footsteps, I mean, they should be cycling grenades. I really don't understand why he is doing this when it should be opposite. He should be still on Overwatch, picking people off, and the ACR guy should be doing stuff. Really weird positioning choices. And yeah, now Nekomata is just going to do some blind spraying. Crisper's dead here. And again, this is also a good spot to be in to avoid the grenades. But now they're going to push. They shut the door. Nekomata, again, should just wait with the AT4 and just pick them off when they come through. Otherwise, BTR is now on the northern side, and they're going to lock the rooftops down. So we have some Blue 4 in here getting picked off, and there's just not really anything they can do. And you still hear the 1117 flaming off. You got Kabubi back here with the Mini-Me. Not a bad weapon of choice there. And Echo, I mean, they can just move in as infantry at this point. Now, Blue 4, they still have a good amount of defense on the ground area. Charlotte's going to be hiding in a bush. Not a bad spot to hide in. But, I mean, Charlotte just needs to stay out of sight, out of mind. Cheeseburger, meanwhile, is going to run up to the roof and is going to start also engaging rooftop targets. And Neko runs out of ammo. Was able to get one kill, but unable to finish off Mike on the second shot, so he goes down. I agree. Op 4 taking the high ground with their vehicles, getting lucky and finding the 1117 early on. That overall rush play to attack from the north and then use the high ground to go in. Classic. And Blue 4, they're screwed because they're forced to basically go in every direction to try to find where Op 4 is, but because of Op 4's momentum, they were able to get right on top of where they need to be. Vehicles are in a great position. They're not charging the vehicles forward, leaving them open to attacks from AT. This is good. This is very good. Korvac on his own might find some angles to utilize his GL, but I don't know. With all the Overwatch elements here, we just saw Patriot make a jump and was able to make it. Tomer's kind of pinned up there. And then we got some other Blue 4 members that are just kind of caught dead in the open here. It's not good. We do have a Blue 4 counterattack coming up. This is Echo trying to engage some Op 4 elements still up here. And it looks like they have no idea. If Goose was smart, he'd open up with a grenade right here. Or, hell, open up with the AT. Yeah, so now the rest of Blue 4 is going to get run up on and immediately jumps. Malin can just keep the damn trigger down. Burton trying to fire at Murphy. Malin's going to pull away. Goose manages to get the kill of the third Op 4 guy that was up there. And now it's just Malin because the other guy got blown up by a grenade. So some blind throws here. Yeah, because especially if you have an elevation difference, you have to factor that into your ranging, and not everyone knows how to do that. I used to know how to do that, but I'll be honest, I've kind of forgotten. Because I don't really train AT anymore. Can you remember the hotkey on the vector to do that damn thing on? Otherwise, we've got some Op 4 now pushing in. NASA well ahead here. No kills, but we definitely see some action going on. And then more Op 4 trickling in. I'm a little worried Op 4 is going to get defeated in detail here. There is still a sizable garrison on this spot. So if if NASA goes in on his own and the Major Con and Fancy going on their own, they're kind of in trouble. Blue 4, meanwhile, only losing one guy up there. They got their others up, and Malin is just pushing away. I think that's a good call. NASA tries to run out, but look at all the people around his position. Patriot takes him out. More grenades going off. Jamera gets knocked out. Don't know if that was to NASA's gunfire or random grenades, but I'm a little worried because we do have 2 vehicle crews for Op4. We do have that gas, and I'm worried that we're just not going to see Op4 push who they need in terms of numbers into the zone, and Blue 4 might just be able to hold this. We also have Kabubi back here on a decent Overwatch position, so if Op4 tried to not go through the city, Kabubi could pick him off if he just rests the weapon down. Echo at this point have to be infantry, though. And I think they're going to try to dismount and come on this Overwatch position. Korvac might try to find a spot to pick him off because he was left alone, because he snuck in here. But yeah, he's systematically breaching right now. Interesting spot Malin is in. He's trying to set up Overwatch positions to catch Blue 4 coming in. I think he does see one guy up there. But he does get the jump on one of them, but there's an elevation difference. Maybe he was going for that Humvee, but now he's going to run. Fire goes by. He throws a smoke to cover himself because he wasn't able to get that kill. And at least he's going to stall them out. We have another single Op4 player coming down. Fancy's over here. Major Con went all the way to the left. And then you got Lolo and Mike sweeping that other zone. So they're going to know that the final 2 objectives are on that final zone. Meanwhile, Korvac, I'm not sure if he shot, but yeah, Op4 have just pushed all their infantry ahead that they could, and now they're all kind of in buildings. But we see another kill right here. Blue 4 might be able to hold this. Korvac gets another kill on an Op4 member that was running down. I don't know. I think if Op4 doesn't how would I say this? Well, no. So let me put it this way. You could have Major Con come in, kill Jamera, kill Charlotte, blow up the objective. If one Op4 guy gets lucky, that's all they need. But I think Blue 4's biggest blunder right now is now they're going a little aggressive and trying to remake a defensive line against an enemy that is trickling forces in. And that's what might screw them here. Had some shots come out over here. Don't know what that was about. So Alexander gets spotted. Major Con staying on the position. Charlotte's going to stay on the bush. GL goes a little high there. Still high. No adjustment. Great grenade throw by Charlotte, and that gets Major Con knocked away. And that's why it sucks to assault solo, because you never know when Chucklehead's hiding on the corner and will immediately blast you away. Gorak's gotten another kill. I think Op4 do not have the manpower to do this. Genuinely. Like, you got these guys searching around over here. You're going to have this next group trickle down. They're going to run into that Blue 4 defensive. This is definitely going to be a long round. Kabubi now taking fire from the VTR and is going to potentially get killed here. I don't know why he switched to his autocannon. He's got the open ground here. If anything, that lessened rate of fire is actually going to let Kabubi get away. He should have just kept with his machine gun. And you can see that he had it. Maybe he was out of ammo? But no, it's only one box of like 2,000 rounds for the Op4. Whatever. People being smart in FNF that, it's a little rare. All right, Jerry pushed up. We have another it's a dead Blue 4. Oh, there's also 18 mines right here, but a second GL comes up, knocks Whiteside out. I doubt these two are going to wake back up, which leaves only a handful of Op4 remaining. Blue 4 might hold. Oh, shit. Jerry woke back up. Reverse caster curse. As I said, Op4 only needs one guy to bypass and get lucky, but we still have people like Alexander, Tomer, and Jamera playing defense. Patriot also running around, so could go either way. I don't know. I think this is probably going to go to time at this rate. Let me explain. I don't think Op4 are going to be willing to dismount their vehicles if they're the last guys left. And I think Korvac just got his third kill. Yeah, because we see a freshly ragdolling body. I think they're just going to, like, drive around and try to camp. And then, well, we've got 5 infantry, 1 additional guy there. Blue 4, meanwhile, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 6 to 14 with vehicle crews. Op4 has 10. So big, big infantry advantage to Blue 4 right now. But yeah, if they try to then assault with those BTRs, they're going to hit the AT mines. It's kind of funny that the body's actually partially covering it. But yeah, this just might be the final round we cover because I want a little bit of time to set up all the DayZ commands. And I have to set up the Plinko board. But yeah, this is where we're now going to see issues with the vehicles here because of the AT mines in play. Bro stops, sees the body. Oh, bro. Oh, what? What? Huh. It appears to be a dud. And so was that. You could have literally run up to it. Jerry fired a Patriot. There's a satchel thrown. I think Patriot might kill himself. Okay, no, the lantern goes away. Patriot sprinting. There we go. Well, the driver's going for it. I mean, he's on fire, but you know. What I'm curious about is how much Blue 4 is that going to pull away, and then maybe we'll see this 3-man group sneak in. But yeah, the other BTR was like, I ain't doing that shit. Oh, it's trying to camp Korvac's position out, but Korvac's already long gone. A little bit of street fighting here. Jerry gets a hit. Iander gets hit with a Maz. There they are. Wow. Iander, the king of AT, lives by the AT, dies by the AT. Damn. Wait, he's awake. He's awake. You see, Blue 4 merely adopted the AT, but Iander lives by the AT. He was born by the AT, molded by the AT. The AT betrays Zach. Oh god, a vehicle's actually trying to snipe him. I just want to see Iander get out and blow Korvac away. But there is a high chance that Iander just went AFK after getting knocked out and he went for a drink. Though I see his lips moving, indicating he's actively talking. So yeah, 80 Alpha is just trying to shoot him. Goose is Trying to get a shot set up here. Uh-oh. That's a hit. And there goes the other BTR. He's giving coordinates? Yeah, well, unfortunately, that vehicle no longer exists. Can Malin channel his inner Audrey Hotto and breach this area, find Charlotte and kill her, and then destroy the cache? Love how Tomer's back on the gun now because he's no longer being harassed. So that entire crew bled out. Go, Malin, go. Go, Malin, go. What's down there, Malin? It looks like something's down there. Malin, you okay, buddy? Mal? Ooh, that's not how legs are supposed to bend. We'll check back on Malin later. Alright, Op 4 has 3 people remaining. We have the white side. We have Ian. We have Gazog. That was one hell of a GL by Patriot. God damn. So we had Iander. Anyway, I'm gonna trust Whiteside on this one. Oh, bro's got an SVD, and that's a smoke grenade. Korvac's gonna immediately go for the flank, but Whiteside's gonna beat him to it. Handgun draw by Whiteside, and he's gonna fight Korvac with an assault rifle. No blood. You, Whiteside, you're supposed to, like, point the barrel at him and, like, pull the trigger. Ah, he's probably new. Anyway, it leaves this really nice sniper spawn for Master Chief to come by and take it when he uses it against the Covenant. Easy. All right. Oh, my God, he's awake. Iander heard that we were talking mad shit about him, so he's back. But we also have Gazag over here. This is only a 2 versus, what, 4, 8... 9, 10, 2 versus 11. I think Op 4 has this. They have it in the bag. Because a lot of their players are already in bags. Hey, look, Gazag, you're, yeah. Well, I think Gazag had the right idea. Oh, he's awake. And he returns by throwing a grenade. I would have laughed if that bounced off the corner and he killed himself. Gonna be honest, I've seen that way too many times in FNF, but you know, would have been funny. I mean, Gazagi's got a 9x19 submachine gun, 44 rounds in those magazines. In CQC, he should reign supreme. Did Iander just get sniped by... Live by the medium anti-tank. Die by the medium anti-tank. Damn. Iander just got bullied. Alright, can Gazag channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match for Op 4? Let's find out. Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah. Yeah. Alright. We're going to be back in an hour for 4 hours of DayZ. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Our Plinko board's good to go. And otherwise, cheers, guys, and have a good one. Let's pay out that prediction. Who won Op 4, right? Yeah, totally. Totally.